Donald Trump was looking to make his mark in Manhattan real estate.
And Donald came upon this site which had the Bonwit Teller building on it. It was kind of a landmark building. It was next door to Tiffany's. He loved it.
It was to be called Trump Tower, 58 stories of high-end retail and high-priced condominiums. But before he could begin construction, Trump had vowed to preserve two valuable sculptures.
And these were absolutely beautiful Art Deco sculptures that had been promised to the Metropolitan Museum.
It was delaying Trump's construction, so he brings in a gang of workers to just break the stuff up, and boom, dust, gone forever.
The press was all over him.
Trump suffers a major hit in his reputation in New York because people see this as an act of vandalism.
And everyone came down on his head. He was in a lot of trouble in the city. He was in the headlines every day.
Donald Trump went underground.
Repeated efforts over the last 3 days to reach Mr. Trump have been unavailing.
But the press would hear from John Barron.
John Barron, a vice president of the Trump Organization, said 3 independent appraisals of the sculptures had found them to be without artistic merit.
There was a Trump spokesman, John Barron, who called the press and explained why these things couldn't be preserved.
John Barron said the merit of these stones was not great enough to justify the effort to save them.
And it was his first employment of this fake persona.
Trump had learned the tactic from his father, Fred Trump, who sometimes used the name Mr. Green.
He was Mr. Green. Fred was, when he called up and asked questions. He said, "This is Mr. Green." And Donald was later John Barron.
I don't think Donald was necessarily evasive with the press when he used his alter ego, John Barron. I think it gave him the opportunity to say things that he couldn't say as Donald Trump.
John Barron helped take the heat off Trump. The media moved on, and Trump Tower became his most iconic property.
He saw this as a crowning achievement, and he was willing to take the PR hit because ultimately Trump Tower would be this great monument to himself.
For Donald Trump, the experience would shape his dealings with the news media for decades to come.
He doesn't care. He simply doesn't care. He simply thinks that bad publicity is good publicity, and certainly better than no publicity at all.